I'm Matt Marco. This is NORC Discussions, and I have a special guest today, Justin Trolls, who has notoriously been following my social media posts. Every time I post something about how good the economy is or anything positive, he has been triggered and negative about it. So, Justin, I guess it would be fair to say that you would identify yourself as a never Trumper. Is that correct?
That is correct. I will never, ever vote for Trump and have never voted for Trump.
Well, Justin, I just thought it would be fun with NORC Discussions to invite you on board, and I appreciate your coming on because you know this is the North Oakland Republican Club and we support Trump. And I just thought it would be fun for the people that watch this to try to find out what it is and why it is that you, who are never Trumpers, are so angry and adamant against President Trump.
Well, Matt, I'm glad you invited me on. I'm happy to be here to educate your viewers on why they should not support Donald Trump. Well, I will never support Donald Trump. He's done nothing for us. Nothing.
Well, actually, he's done quite a bit for us, Justin. I mean, for example, he cut taxes to take the United States down from one of the highest corporate tax rates down to something that's competitive with other countries, and that's helped create jobs and has brought industry.
All right. He cut taxes. What else has he done for us? He's done nothing for us. He's done nothing.
He's also helped make the country more competitive by reducing thousands of regulations.
All right, other than cutting taxes and reducing regulations, he's done nothing. Nothing for us.
Well,
what does he do?
Listen, he's also, after the sequester and the military got cut to pieces under the Obama administration, they were out of ammunition. He has rebuilt our military. He's put trillions of dollars back in our military.
Look. Okay, you mentioned taxes, you reduced regulations. All right, he did build up the military a bit. Other than that, what has he done? He's done nothing.
Well, speaking of the military, he's reformed the VA, the Veterans Administration, which was horrible. And now he's given them choice. They're able to go to a regular hospital, get treatment.
All right.
It's doing much better now.
All right. Other than the taxes, the regulations, the military, and the VA, all right. Okay, I'll concede those things. Other than that, what has he done? He's done nothing. He's been there for almost 4 years.
NATO countries, Justin, they were not contributing to their defense as much as they were supposed to. He's been able to get them to contribute a more proper amount for the first time. It's built up NATO, made NATO stronger.
All right, big deal. All right, he cut taxes. I'll give you that. He beat up the military, formed the VA. And he turned NATO around. All right. Other than that, he's done nothing for us.
Well,
nothing.
I wouldn't say that. He's also he promised that he would reform NAFTA. He's come up with a new trade agreement with Canada and Mexico that is much more favorable to the United States.
All right. Big deal. Okay. He reformed NATO. He cleaned up NAFTA a little bit. He gave us the VA, cleaned up that a little bit. He reduced regulations and he cut taxes. All right. Other than that, he's done nothing. I'm not supporting him ever.
Justin, never. I disagree. He's also, look what he's done with China, who's been ripping us off for years. They've been stealing our intellectual property. He's finally got them to agree to an agreement with us.
Okay.
First time they've ever had an agreement with us.
All right. Big deal. Big deal. All right. He took care of China. He replaced NAFTA. You turn around NATO, the VA, the military, regulations, and taxes.
Well, it's more than that, Justin. I mean, you got to also look at that. He moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem after presidents before him have promised to do that. He's the first one who's actually done it and supported Israel by moving our embassy to Jerusalem.
Okay. All right. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem. He cleaned up the China trade, NAFTA, NATO, VA, the military, the regulations and taxes. But other than those things, What has Donald Trump done for
Well,
us?
Justin,
He's done nothing for us.
I disagree with you. He ended the ISIS caliphate. Before that, that was considered one of the biggest security threats to the United States, was the ISIS caliphate. He basically made the changes necessary for the military to be able to do things without the type of micromanagement that Obama was giving.
He did get rid of ISIS. I concede that. And the embassy in Jerusalem. I concede ISIS, the embassy in Jerusalem, the China trade, NAFTA, NATO, the VA, the military, regulations and taxes. I concede that. All right, move on. What has Donald Trump done for us?
Well, Justin, before Donald Trump became president, one of the biggest fears we had was to be nuked by North Korea. We were on the verge of war with them, and he has reduced those tensions. He started negotiations. North Korea has backed way down. They're no longer the kind of security threat that they were. We would have, without Donald Trump, probably been at a huge war with North Korea.
Okay, all right. So he's talking to North Korea. He ended ISIS. I'll concede the Jerusalem thing. I'll concede NAFTA, NATO, VA, the military, reduced regulations and redid the taxes. Other than that, he's done nothing for us.
Well,
nothing.
I disagree, Justin. I mean, one of the biggest things, one of my favorite things he's done is by reducing the regulations, he's made the United States the biggest energy, oil, and gas producer in the world, which is basically made us independent, not
Donald Trump
at the whim of all these oil producers. And now we're self-sufficient in energy.
All right. Other than that, Matt, what has he done? Other than the oil, other than the tensions with North Korea, which, all right, big deal, the ISIS, okay, other than that, other than the embassy to Jerusalem, the China trade, other than NAFTA, other than NATO improvement, other than the veterans, the military, and other than the taxes, other than those, he's done nothing.
Well, I disagree, Justin. I mean, before that, we had these big caravans of migrants coming from Latin America, coming up through Mexico, crossing the border, bringing who knows what kind of diseases and viruses with them, and just illegally coming. He's been able to negotiate with Mexico, build the wall down there, and we're not having that problem anymore. And that was a continuous problem.
Okay,
for Donald Trump.
All right, you're going to point to one more thing: the southern border wall. All right, I'll concede the border wall, the energy independence, the space program, the reduced tensions with North Korea, the ISIS caliphate, the trade agreement, NAFTA, NATO, the VA of choice, the military. Donald Trump has done nothing for us.
Oh, Justin, I think one thing he did, which you've got to give him credit for, is back in January, stopped Chinese nationals from coming in after it was apparent that there was a pandemic, and everybody gave him a hard time about that.
Okay,
who knows how many thousands of lives he saved by doing that? And even Joe Biden,
there was a pandemic.
Joe Biden criticized him, called him a xenophobe for blocking Chinese nationals coming in. Who knows how many thousands of lives that saved from the pandemic? Justin, I can see that this could go on forever, and we're going long already. But Justin, I see that you have left. You have signed off. Obviously, oh, you're back. I thought maybe you hung up on me. But,
yeah, Matt, we lost internet here.
All right, Justin. This is going on for a long. This could go on forever, but I hope you can reconsider your hatred towards Donald Trump, which all of us patriots do not understand why you never Trumpers are so, why you're so angry against Donald Trump when he's doing such a good job for the country. Anyway, Justin, thank you for joining NORC discussions. Maybe we'll do this again. We'll talk about Joe Biden next time. This is NORC.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye, Justin.